All right, so graphing quadratics. Take a look here. So let's say we're going to graph the equation x squared minus 4x minus 5 equals y. All right, well, 3 steps to go through. Because on the graph, we are going to, I'll draw my graph off the side over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. On the graph, we are going to plot our solutions, the y-intercept, and our vertex. So let's find those one at a time. So first, let's do the y-intercept. Y-intercept is easy enough because we can see it just by looking at the equation. Plot the y-intercept. My y-intercept equals -5. Remember, in my equation here, and let me write down the general form of a quadratic. Ax squared plus bx plus c. All right, so my value of c is always the y-intercept. So in this case, my y-intercept is -5. So on the graph, I know I can plot -5 right there. All right, after that, let's find our solutions. Second, find solutions. So let's just go ahead and solve my equation. So I can solve this by factoring. I need 2 numbers that multiply to make 5. So 1 and 5, they have to subtract to make a 4. Those do. And I need a -4, so that's a -5 and a +1. So I'm going to have x plus 1, x minus 5 equal to 0. Change the y to a 0 now, whatever we're solving. And now I can solve these really quick. I get x equals -1, x equals +5. My 2 solutions are my x-intercepts on the graph. So I have an x-intercept of -1, and I'm going to have an x-intercept of 5. All right, so I've already got my 2 solutions plotted, and I've got my y-intercept plotted. Now we need to find the vertex. So the third step, let me go ahead and erase this stuff here. Find the vertex. Vertex we find in 2 steps. We're going to first find the x, and then we're going to find the y. In order to find the x, we're going to use a short formula that is this: x equals -b over 2a. The b and the a are coming from the formula up here, ax squared plus bx plus c. So the b is always your middle term here, the term with the x, and the a is always the term with the x squared. So in this case, -b, that's going to be -4 over 2a. So there's no number here, so we know there's a 1. So that's 2 times 1. So after that, -4 makes +4 over 2, which makes 2. So x equals 2. Now that I found my x value, now I need the y value. So remember, the vertex is a point, and all points have an x and a y. So this is the x value of the vertex. Take that number, and we're going to plug it back into the equation up here to find the y. So that's going to be 2 to the 2nd power -4 times 2 minus 5 equals y. All I did was I took the 2 and I substituted it in for my x's. 2 to the 2nd power is 4. That gives me -8 minus 5 equals y. 4 minus 8, that's -4 minus 5, which gives me -9 equals y. So my vertex is going to be 2, -9. So now my graph over here, I need to go all the way down to -9. Right now it goes down to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 2, -9. So if I draw my graph now, on this side, it's going to open up like this. On this side, it'll open up like that. So there is a rough graph of what this equation will look like. Let's go ahead and graph one more together. let's go ahead and graph negative 2x squared plus 12x equal to y. I'll draw my graph over here again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So again, my first step, plot the y-intercept. My y-intercept again, remember, in our general equation, ax squared plus bx plus c equals y. My y-intercept again is always the c value. But in this particular case, we can see that we have no c value. Since there is no c value in this equation, there's only the a and the b, that means the c is 0. So my y-intercept is 0. So 0. There's the sign. Second, find solutions. So to find the solutions to my equation here, for this type of equation, I can simply factor out a 2 and an x. I'll take out the negative also. So if I take out a negative 2x, I'll be left with x minus 6 equal to 0. So this is going to give me solutions of x equals 0 and x equals positive 6. 0 has already been plotted on my x-axis. So now I just need to plot the 6. All right, so we have our y-intercept, we have our solutions. Now let's go ahead and find the vertex. So find x and find y. To find the x again, remember we use a little formula, x equals negative b over 2a. So my b value right now is 12, and my a value is negative 2. So that's going to be negative 12 over 2 times negative 2. That's going to give me negative 12 over negative 4, which is going to equal a positive 3. So x equals 3. Now, simply substitute it in to find the y. So I take my 3, and I'm going to substitute it in for my x's. So that's negative 2 times 3 squared plus 12 times 3 equal to y. Exponent first. 3 to the second power is 9. So I get negative 2 times 9 plus 12 times 3. Negative 2 times 9 is negative 18. 12 times 3 is 36. Negative 18 plus 36 is positive 18 equal to y. So my vertex is going to be 3 and 18. So now on my graph, I'll have to plot 3, 18. 3 is in the middle here, and now I have to go up 18. This already goes up to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, something like that. Put her up there. And so it's going to come down, something like that.